Familiar faces in different places. Kulak and Stu make their Pens debut against the Orange and Blue. We get you set for the Oilers and the Penguins on the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Hey, everybody, welcome to the pregame show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Tom Gazzola with Zach Kubusch and Matt Cassian. Today, we're live on location at Boston Pizza Clareview. Come on down. Take advantage of some great game day specials at BP. Always a lot of fun here. And then come check out the 170-inch screen that they've got. $5 off medium pizzas. Of course, $1 off tankards of Molson, Canadian, and Coors Light. Koob, how are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good. It was a bit. I was a bit nervous getting the show going there. It's like riding a bike, though. I haven't done it in a little bit. That was my first time in a while starting a pregame show. I don't think I've done it since last season, and Benny has done such a great job this season. So I'm filling some big shoes, I feel like, today.
Okay, well, you guys both do great work. Good job, buddy, stepping up for Benny. He'll be back for the post-game show. We'll have the Reed Wilkins show's conclusion at the end of the pregame show. Josh Getzoff is going to join us from the Pittsburgh Penguins play-by-play crew on the TV side. He'll give us the scoop on how the vibe was at the rink today. Josh with some great information. Had a chance to catch up with him earlier, so that was a pre-tape. He had to take his dog to the vet, and then obviously has his own broadcast to take care of. So we'll hear from him a little bit later on. Cass will have game changers, and it should be a good night here. Drive safely if you're on the roads. They were a little bit Wow, they were really slippery when I was driving. People going very slow, being safe. That's better than going too fast and being dangerous out there. So if we can help your drive be a little bit easier, we're happy to do so. If you're listening on iHeart, and of course, tune in. Maybe you're listening on our audio player on our website. To those watching on YouTube, hope you guys are warm. Hope you guys are doing good. And hit that thumbs up button. We always appreciate it. Of course, GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to ejectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years. Text us 780-218-9999. Jump into the chat as well. I want to hear from you. And we're going to start with the question of the night. It is going to be Ice Koob who's going to deliver it. Koob, you're on the spot, buddy. What do you got for everybody?
Oh, man, I had a few ideas to go with this. There's so many storylines entering into the game tonight, but I think the simple one and the biggest story of the game is Stuart Skinner against Tristan, Jarry, of course. Well, Leon Draisaitl's at 999 points. Quinn Hutson making his season debut for the Oilers, but I'm going to stay in the blue paint between the crease. Jarry or Skinner? Which one shines tonight? That is a question of the day, and, you know, there was a lot of talk about it, even on the morning show. Dusty joking, like, what's it set at on Play Alberta? Over 6.5 goals or something tonight? Like,
it is set at 6.5
game or something like that. But which goalie is going to stand out and make that one extra save to try and win this one for their team?
Hey, Coop, which goalie is going to make that one mistake to cost their team? I'm kidding. I don't want to be that guy.
You could look at it like that, half glass or glass half empty there. Be the pessimist. You could do that, but you know,
you can do that if you want to.
I think I'm gonna have to go though with Tristan Jarry. He already has one game and one win under his belt with his new team, and Stuart Skinner had to go through all the visa issues. So did Brett Kulak being shipped over to Pittsburgh in the trade. But I'm going to go probably with Tristan Jarry. He had that one start under his belt. See how the team played in front of him as well. And maybe Skinner gets a bit of the shakes and gets a bit nervous in between the pipes wearing the orange and black.
And listen, I am slightly inclined to go Skinner has the bigger night in his debut. All the stuff he had gone through in his time wrapping things up as an Oiler, I think he's going to be super motivated. Both guys are, obviously, but for some reason, I think Stu comes through for the Penguins, and it's so weird to even say that. Don't get me wrong. I think Jarry will be just fine. This feels like a game that we're going to see a ton of goals. I'm looking at Jay's play of the day. It's 7+ total goals. It's at plus 100, and that's boosted. So I'm guessing if you're going to hit your EST 50, that's the safe play from Jay. So I'm going to lean towards Skinner here reluctantly. that he comes up big tonight.
Yeah, and hearing what he had to say before the game, his first media availability with the Penguins, like, I don't know. He's excited to get out there, and he wants to prove the Oilers wrong. And he kind of, a bit jokingly, he was like to those media members in Pittsburgh, maybe they weren't following the Oilers, but there's been trade rumors, he said, for about 5 years that he'd be traded and shipped out of Edmonton. So, I mean, to play against your hometown team and do it with one of your buddies, that being Brett Kulak, I mean, he's going to be fired up. On either side, there's probably going to be a bit of chirping in the warm-ups and stuff like that. And Gager was mentioning his warm-up routine where he stares down the other team. It's going to be a little bit different playing with a new squad there. And I honestly can't disagree that Skinner could show up, man. It's going to be exciting to see how each goalie really responds and plays. I'm super pumped for this, man. Like Hernan brought up the fact, I don't think I can remember how hyped I've been for a regular season Oilers game ever. Like
this is a big one.
This is a huge one, and the Cards
this
really
is a big one.
Came out the right way. 999 points for Draisaitl. Like everything coming into today's game. That's what fairy tales are written about. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be.
Well, Crosby could pass Mario Lemieux for all-time points in Penguins history.
I don't know how I forget that one.
So many things.
Looking at the Oilers storylines and things, it's going to be an exciting night. That's for sure.
All right, let us know your thoughts. Which goalie comes up bigger, Stu Skinner or Tristan Jarry for their new teams? 780-218-9999. I'm looking in the nasty chat. Ace, I have no idea what you're chirping me about. I'm missing it. I'm Ace, you've got a lot of posts in there. I'll say that. Box Pounder says, does Jarry get a tribute video? I would guess yes. And I'm going to go over to the text line now from Mike outside of Edmonton says, does Pickard stretch in front of Stu? Maybe. And then Mike outside of Edmonton says, who's paying more money on the lineup board? I think Stu wants this, as we welcome in our game analyst, Matt Cassian, to get us set for tonight's action. Good to have Cass back. Cass, I was hoping to get you down here. I know it was supposed to be a Belsey pre- and post-game, but his kiddos and his wife are sick, so get well soon. We want you to get well. And Lisa from BP Clareview, the GM, she's a big Belsey fan. I don't think she's had a chance to meet you because you're a big teddy bear too, Cass, and I'm sure she would love you too, but it's like her birthday tomorrow, and she was hoping Belsey would be here, but the illness and the bug went through the whole family, so unfortunately he won't be here. But it's all good, buddy. I'm just glad to have you here.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be here too. We tried to make it swing with kids' activities to be able to get out there, and it just didn't work from a timing standpoint. Such is life with the last minute schedule changes. But that's good. So Lisa, well, Belsey's maybe a little bit more of a teddy bear than I am, but I'll at least try to bring some excitement to what could be an exciting game tonight and an exciting pregame show, Tom.
Absolutely. And Cass, I tried to get your daughter's fake ID so they could come to the lounge tonight, but
not quite. Well, my 10-year-old maybe. She's getting close. Yep.
Yeah. A Wanix laminator wouldn't cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What would you say to the question of the night, Cass, as we kick off Game Changers? We'll start with the question of the night first. Like, who comes up bigger, Stu or Jarry? And then there was a question from Mike outside of Edmonton. Which goalie puts up more money on the board? Does Kulak pitch in on this too?
Yeah, well, Kulak's putting money on the board. They're both putting money on the board. I mean, that's a double money on the board for those guys. I think it's probably bigger for Skinner than for Kulak. Kulak's played in a couple different teams. This wasn't his first rodeo. As far as playing for a different organization, this is the first time for Stuart Skinner in the NHL playing for a different team, playing for a team that's not the Edmonton Oilers. So I think he probably, I got to think they at least match, but maybe Skinner a little bit more up there. Who shows up bigger between the two of them, between Jarry and between Skinner? I mean, that's a big one, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
I mean, my question still is was it a sideways move? Did you get better? Is Jarry ultimately going to be better for you than Skinner? And I don't know the answer to that yet. Now, Skinner hasn't played yet for the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's going to be a different look and a different situation, seeing him on the other side. And Jarry's only played one for the Edmonton Oilers. So it kind of, I kind of lean a little bit. Yeah, I kind of lean a little bit more towards Stuart Skinner. Potentially having a bigger one, because I think that there's a little bit more of the adrenaline there. But before we unpack that anymore, I just got to say, this is Game Changers, brought to you by Damon Bunting. Damon Bunting has been a consistent top producing realtor in the Edmonton and greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. That tells you he's getting old. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community driven. He understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out at damonbunting.com or visit his Instagram at Damon Bunting Real Estate. Yeah, there we go. Well, I kind of had to do it because it ties in the question of the night. Because game changer number one, Tom, is Jarry versus Skinner. So I was like, well, I could unpack this and then not have game changer number one. Or I could and then bring it in, and then we could keep talking about it. I think there's a little bit more on the line here tonight for Stuart Skinner from a motivation standpoint. And that's not saying Jarry isn't motivated.
Of course he is.
And I don't think that Skinner necessarily feels like he's been run out of Edmonton. But I think he fully recognizes that there was a lot of people that pinned a lot on him. And I think for him having a fresh opportunity, it's like he is itching. Stuart Skinner is itching to beat the Oilers more than Jarry is itching to beat the Penguins. And I think from an adrenaline standpoint, not knowing if his visa was going to go through, the work visa, I didn't think it was going to go through. It did, which is fantastic because it just adds an extra storyline to this game. The adrenaline to me is going to be there. Like he's going to be hyped. He is going to be pumped. The excitement's going to be there. So if I'm looking at the potential between the two of them, I kind of got to lean towards Stuart Skinner. But
I do too. That's what I said off the top.
Yeah, we've also seen the Oilers blow up goalies before, and they more than a lot of the teams in the league. Like if the Oilers have an on-offensive night, they're putting up a lot of goals on you, regardless of how the goalie plays. So it's an interesting one for sure, but I do got to give the advantage to Stuart Skinner just purely from an adrenaline standpoint tonight.
How much money do you think's on the board tonight?
I mean, it's probably
tens?
No.
5.
No. Maybe. I was going to say probably like $1,000 each for each of those guys. Maybe more. I don't know what the going rate on the board is these days. I mean, for me, it's like I'd put up $100 and I'd be like, it's an expensive one. That was me. I'm cheap. I don't like putting money on the board. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Down. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be a couple grand. It depends because it all depends. You gotta prorate it to what your contract is, right? Because guys that have big contracts, you have a lot more, and skin in the game costs you a lot more, or it should anyway. So I don't know. I'm going to say somewhere between $1,000 and $5,000. I don't know. I did probably around. Okay. I mean, that's if it was me and I had that contract value, I'd be like $1,000 maybe, but I'm cheap. So
you're just frugal, Cass, and that's just being smart in this economy. Right?
In this economy.
I'm going to get to a couple texts before we go into point number 2 on Game Changers. Cass, what a smooth read, too, on the liner. Very well done. I appreciate you hopping in there with it. Yeah, nicely done. All right. This one, Jason LeDuc says, both goalies will stand out because both their warts will be exposed by their former teams. And Mike, I laughed about Mike, goes, does Pickard stand in front of Stu? Man, I don't know. I think they're going to have a heartfelt moment because it means a lot to both of them. And then Timber Woodsman is saying Skinner shutout on Play Alberta. Why can't you bet on a Skinner shutout? Yeah, that should be on the prop bets. Shouldn't it be? I would think so. Anyway, let's dive into point number 2 here on Game Changers, brought to you as always by Damon Bunting Real Estate. Matty Cassian, Connor versus Sid.
Yeah, how can we not talk about Connor versus Sid in games like this? Like,
Right.
it comes up every time, and it's worth it every time. I was fortunate enough to be at the game the first time that they played each other years and years ago, and it took me all of about 20 seconds to go like, oh, Connor's better than Sid at this point already, when he was just a young boy, but still recognizing that they were very different in terms of stylistically how they play. Mm-hmm. And Sid still plays a very complete game. Both ends of the ice, good in his own zone, good in the offensive zone. Still one of the best players, maybe the best player all time, of being able to spin off of and away from pressure. So when a defenseman tries to engage, like he's so good at generating momentum off of his hips. So the second someone's basically saying, hey, I'm going to try to play you on this side to take away whatever you're trying to do, he's so good at being able to create momentum and speed and turn. And that's where you see him all the time out of the corners, just spin off of guys and find lanes for passes, or create lanes for him to skate to the net. Like, still just a creative mastermind in the offensive zone, and just solid defensively as well. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. So still a fantastic player. You know, in the nearing the twilight of his career, it's still fun to see these matchups, Tommy. It's a generational matchup. As you mentioned, he is now 2 points away from breaking Mario Lemieux's record. Yes. And that's pretty crazy. Now, it is crazy, and Dusty mentioned it earlier today, like, Lemieux did it in a lot less games, but different time period, different player, different, a lot of stuff. So I don't necessarily like comparing, from just different eras. However, it's still pretty awesome. Seeing records like that fall, and Sid's been around for a long time and been really, really good for a long time. Mm-hmm. And hey, he always has a chip on his shoulder playing against guys like McDavid too, as they all do. They all want to be viewed as the best. They all want to be viewed as the better player all time and have an impact on the history of the game of hockey. So it's just a fun matchup, very fun matchup. And, Sid's been playing well this year as well. So, and Pittsburgh as a whole has been playing well this year. A fun matchup, one that I just always enjoy watching, and hopefully everyone else does as well.
Crosby, 34 points in 31 games, more than a point a game guy in his late 30s. I have nothing but respect and admiration for him. I have had that since day one. Just an amazing hockey player. Cass, to me, he might be the best, most complete all-around player of all time. You could make no weaknesses. Yeah, you could make a really good argument for that, because he's not the best goal scorer of all time. Right. Probably Ovi, rightfully so, pure goal scorer. Yes. But Ovi not as good in the defensive zone. And he improved later in his career in some aspects with that, but just he wasn't the full complete player. I think that's fair to say. Gretzky, best all around offensive player in the history of the game. I don't think you can really argue that just from a point standpoint, but you could take a look at it and say, hey, well, it wasn't like he was amazing down low in his own end all the time. Now that's true. Not to be big critical, but it's like, no, you could, it's not even a wart on his game. That just wasn't his game. Sidney Crosby, it's like, well, he's still really good offensively, but he's really good defensively. Like, he just, as you said, he's so well-rounded. Like, he can play anywhere on the ice and play anywhere well and play stylistically. He's adaptable to so many different things. So yeah, it's a fair point I think you make, Tom. He maybe I think you have a real good argument there to say that he is the best all-around player of all time. I'm not even surprised that the guys on the World Junior team at camp right now keep asking about what Sidney Crosby's like to play with, and I would be doing the same thing if I was trying to make that team. One of my potential teammates plays with him. So that's pretty damn impressive what Crosby has been able to do. And we'll see if he can pass Mario Lemieux today. And you know what? Like, Mario played in, 84? He was the first overall pick. And the amount of goals that were being scored in the 80s, even into the early 90s, was ridiculous. Lots of 9-7 games and stuff like that. But he was good even when he came back after he retired. He was really good. I think he's one of the league leaders in scoring at 38 years old. Yeah, that's the thing with him, is he did it cross-generationally more than some of those other guys, right? Like, Gretzky did, like, he still put up points later in his career.
but Mario, just from a timing standpoint, was a little bit more. And after being out of the game and dealing with all kinds of health issues, so it's actually pretty. I mean, he's a freak, and it's a full podcast conversation, right? Like, would Mario have broken Gretzky's record if he would have been stayed healthy his entire career and been able to extend his career because of it?
Maybe.
Maybe. But yeah, not comparing Mario to Sid in terms of overall quality of play or who is the best player. But still just kind of awesome that he's right there with Mario in terms of being able to potentially surpass him in points. Now, we hope it's not against the Oilers tonight, but the reality is it could be.
Yeah. Just a quick refresher. Lemieux had 199 points in 88-89, 85 goals, 114 assists. Man, that's so impressive. And then he retired after 96-97, back issues. He had the bout of cancer a few years prior to that. The clutching and grabbing era was getting bad, and he just said, enough of this, I'm done. Goes into the Hall of Fame. Does not play in 97-98, 98-99, or 99-2000. Comes back mid-2000, 2001. And scored on his first shift. It was against the Maple Leafs. Cujo was victimized. Ends up with 76 points in 43 games that year. The next year goes 31 in 24 games played. Then he goes 91 points in 67 games played in 02-03. Played 10 games in 03-04. Scored 9 points. And then the year he retired, coming out of the lockout, 05-06, played 26 games. He knew he didn't have it anymore, was going to hang him up. Still put up 7 goals and 15 assists. Just absolutely insane, incredible what he was able to accomplish. And yeah, injuries and health scares, and then being fed up with it. Lemieux, le magnifique, man. He was so damn good. All right, this is Game Changers with our game analyst Matt Cassidy. Game Changers is always brought to you by Damon Bunting Real Estate. Point number 1, Jarry versus Skinner. Point number 2, Connor versus Sid, and then we ended up having an offshoot conversation about Mario Lemieux. Point number 3, $9.99 again.
Again? Are they going to again? Are they going to try to feed Leon Draisaitl over and 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 over or and over and over and over and over and over? Or are they just going to go play? And I hope it's the latter, right? I hope they just go play because naturally those opportunities are going to be there. Like, you want to tell me that Sid is like, hey, feed me the rock. I want to pass Mario. And that entire team's only going to try to feed Sidney Crosby tonight? And probably not. Right? The expectation is hey, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Just let it happen. And I hope Edmonton takes the same sort of tack tonight. I think that was a big part of early in that game against Montreal where they didn't have success, is because it was like they were obsessed with it. And I understand wanting to pass to him. Get it. I wanted to get it too. And I would love it to not be on an empty net goal. You want it to be on a nice play. That being said, in 30 years, no one's going to care, right? I don't think Leon will care. Got my 1,000th and it was on an empty net, and that just ruined everything, ruined my career, right? It took one more game than I thought, and then I wasn't in a race against somebody else. So that just ruined everything. It's not going to matter. So get it out of your head that you have to be the guy that generated it, and get it out of your head that it has to be early in the hockey game. Now, I hope naturally it happens early in the hockey game, so everyone can just move on and they can do their thing and they can just play a good game, because that's what we need more than just Leon's 1,000th point. So, Tom, I just hope they're not focusing on this too much, because we're talking about it. We're ready for it. Yeah. I just want it to happen, and I imagine in the room there at that point too. So just don't worry about it. Just go worry about yourself. Worry about playing your game. Just go play, especially on that power play, because that more than anything, that's going to be the time when it's hey, Leon's right there. Could look pretty tantalizing a little bit. And if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm sitting there saying, hey, they're going to be looking for that. If he hasn't got that point yet, and they're on the power play, can be pretty sure that they're going to be trying to feed him on that back door. So maybe close up that gap a little bit and force them somewhere else, or they're just going to try to force it through and, hey, we're going to get a kill because of it. So I want to see that 1,000th, but I want to see them do it the right way, which is just go play the game how you're supposed to be playing.
That 5-on-3 in Montreal the other night, it just shifted the game. That was the turning point of the game, brought to you by Advanced Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy. I want to ask you one more thing, Cass. I call it point number 4 of game changers, if you will. And this is something that gets lost in the shuffle because of all of the legit huge storylines for this game tonight. But Quinn Hutson is making his Oilers debut this season. He played 2 games at the end of last year after he got signed out of college, and he is on fire in the AHL. And I heard you guys on Two Guys and a Goalie discussing it, and I agreed with pretty much everything you guys said. Like, he's going to get 5 to 8 minutes, and they put him on the 4th line. And Dusty made a point, like, how do you put Matthias Janmark on the 3rd line or in your top 9 when the guy's only got 3 goals in the last calendar year or whatever it has been in the regular season? Completely valid. And that's my boy Janmark, right? Quote unquote.
Yeah.
But here's a guy that's just shredding it in his first year of pro hockey and earned this call up. We knew it had to be inevitable because he's forcing the Oilers' hand with how well he's been playing. And then, at morning skate, he's on the 4th line. And I heard you and Gager and Dusty saying, like, and I think it was you, like, I don't even trust the lines at warm up or in the morning skate. Totally valid. But what does Quinn Hutson do here?
Like, what is he going to accomplish?
He should feel confident, right? Yeah, like he's played in the NHL already. Yeah.
He's played a couple games. I want to see him play free, and that's going to be a big ask to have him play free on the 4th line with potentially very limited minutes on the road, not at home.
Yeah. Right.
I would like to see him play with some of the dogged creativity that he seems to have. Still a very young guy, still a developing guy, but has found that offensive touch. And I don't want to see him defer too much to, like, I don't want to see the creative out of his game. Like, I want to see him play well defensively, but the second the puck's in the offensive zone, do your thing. Like, we want to see him play loose and play free. But that's hard to do if you only end up at that, like, 6 minutes a night, 7 minutes a night. Very hard to do. A little surprised. I would have thought maybe he slides in with the Mangiapane line and Henrique there. But as you mentioned, and as we talked about, that could change in 5 seconds or 10 or 20. Like, it just, nothing is set. Now, what I would say is where I would like to see him maybe get a little bit more of a taste is, and this will tell us on, what they're feeling or what they're thinking about him is, is he going to get an opportunity to be the guy to go out after power play? Right. Like to get that first shift and maybe to not play with the 4th line guys, but is he going to get worked in somewhere in the rest of the top 9 at some point? Does he get a couple looks there, a couple shifts there, and what kind of actual opportunities he get? We'll have to see. I mean, I don't know what to expect. It can be easy to put up point. Easy isn't the right term. It can be more difficult to put up points in the NHL than in the AHL. It's still difficult to put up points in the AHL. Very difficult. Yeah. Not easy to do. But it can be more difficult in the NHL. And it can be more difficult because of opportunity, and you try to force things, and some guys have to play in that top 6, and we don't necessarily know that about him yet. Like, is he a player for Quinn Hudson that has to play in the top 6 in order to produce? Does he need those touches in those minutes, or is he going to be able to contribute as a guy playing in the bottom 6 or in the 4th line? We'll see. But hey, he has forced the issue, which you love to see from young players. Like, he's been too good to ignore, which is fantastic.
Yes, and you know what? Ike Howard's playing good down there, and Szymanski has had good numbers, and I think Lepinen's been all right. Like, they've had some very positive performances so far, and he has forced their hand. I am pleasantly optimistic to see Quinn Hudson get an opportunity, and I hope everything you said, it comes to fruition where he's getting chances to actually create and let his offensive abilities and his playmaking abilities shine. Instead of being cautiously optimistic, I'm pleasantly optimistic, and that's kind of refreshing for me, because when guys get called up here, you got 4 minutes tonight. You got 5 minutes tonight. Hopefully that's not the case. Cass, great stuff as always, my friend. Thank you for flipping things with Belsey to get everything sorted out. I know he's got the kiddos that are sick with the wife back at home, so appreciate it, and I look forward to catching up with you on the post-game show.
Sounds good, Tommy. Chat soon.
There is our game analyst, Matt Cassian, with Game Changers, brought to you, as always, by Damon Bunting Real Estate. We're going to go to Pittsburgh right away here with Josh Getzoff. He is the play-by-play TV voice of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Good friend of mine. Looking forward to seeing him in January. Go for a brewski. But before we do that, we're going to get to the game day odds check, brought to you by our good friends and partners, Play Alberta. Of course, when you play in Alberta, it stays in Alberta. Safe and secure. The revenue generated from Play Alberta is redirected into Alberta's General Revenue Fund, which is used to support programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. Promo codes EST50, $50 deposit for a $50 free bet. EST Casino, $50 deposit for a $50 casino bonus. EST Sports in the promo code section, $50 deposit as well for a $50 free bet. Okay, let's go to your money line for tonight. Edmonton at -143. Pitt at +122. Home dogs, as they would say on the lock shop. The over-under set at 6.5. The over at -118. The under at -112. And I'm just looking over at Play Alberta and the daily EST specials. The early bird bet is Edmonton Oilers on the money line. McDavid 1+ assists. Draisaitl 1+ goals. That's boosted to 245, +245. The lock shop partner parlay. I might jump on this one with a little sprinkle. McDavid over 1.5 points. Draisaitl over 1.5 points. Crosby over 1.5 points, boosted to 893. Jay's play of the day. This, I think, is the safe pick if you're trying to do your promo code bet, your free bet. The Oilers versus Penguins, 7+ goals, boosted to +100. And then the Grand Est parlay. I haven't seen one of these in a few days. This one has the Ducks versus Blue Jackets, 6+ total goals. Avalanche -1.5. Atletico Baleares versus Atletico Madrid, 3+ goals total. And Draisaitl 1+ point. That's boosted to 430. I might hop on that because I have no clue what any of that is. And then is this the screw it, let's do it one? Yeah. Draisaitl 2+ points. Bouchard 1+ point. Brian Rust to score a goal, boosted to 900. Jeez. Which one did you have on that? Was that the Brian Rust that you chipped in with?
No, I was going to do... read it again. Sorry, I forgot what I picked because I
How do you... This is your bet.
I know. I initially was going to go with the Sidney Crosby 2 points.
That's already on the board.
I know. Okay. Yeah.
Draisaitl 2+. Bouchard 1+. Rust to score a goal, yes. Boosted to 900. That was you. You went Bouchard?
Plus 900, though. I mean, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I might do a
few little sprinkles on this one before game time. Yeah, I don't know about make it rain. Just I'm using my game sense and a few little sprinkles because I'm tempted by these numbers that, well, first of all, what is it? The Discord with the Grand Est parlay. I like that. It's a bit silly, but I like where we're going with a soccer match in there. And then I like what the boys did on the lock shop. And then I'll even go with the screw it, let's do it. Those big numbers are always appetizing and enticing to me. So, yeah, I'm going to hop in on that. All right, we're going to go to Pittsburgh now. We're going to catch up with Josh Getzoff, play-by-play man for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Had a chat with him a little bit earlier in the day. So here it is, myself and Josh Getzoff, Penguins play-by-play voice.
There we go.
All right, pleased to welcome in again our good friend Josh Getzoff, play-by-play man for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And boy, oh boy, Josh, like what a week it's been for these two franchises. Give us the Pittsburgh perspective of the trade, because I have some things to say, and I've been talking about it on our station. But when you heard the news on Friday morning, what was going through your mind?
Yeah, I'll say that I guess surprise is the wrong word. It was more just the timing of it that was maybe a surprise, in the sense that I know from the Edmonton perspective too, like both Jarry and Skinner had played the night before. So if there was conceivably a deal worked out. It's interesting they both played with the risk that comes with that just being in game action. But I guess that was the biggest part that took me off guard. But I think much like you guys in Edmonton, here in Pittsburgh, it's always been really since that waiver move with Tristan Jarry and sending him down to the American League last year. I believe that was in January or maybe even earlier, November. When that happened, I think that really set the wheels in motion here, that it wasn't a matter of if, it was more a matter of when this guy was going to get moved. And the best case scenario is how it played out for, I think, honestly, everyone involved, like including the Oilers, in the sense that this guy found his stride after going through some serious adversity. He made himself more valuable as far as just a player of interest around the league, but he also made himself and made the Penguins better with how he was playing in the interim, like when he was back with Pittsburgh. So I'm happy for him. I mean, listen, I've gotten to know him really well. I've known him since his draft year here in Pittsburgh, and he's a great kid. Obviously had some incredible success in Edmonton. But I think the overarching theme here is people are, I hate to use the word glad to see him go, because it's not really fair. Like, I personally think he actually performed fairly well. He had his bad spots, sure, but like overall, his body of work was solid, not spectacular, just solid with the Penguins. But I think the thought is, he's moved on. You see what you got here in Stuart Skinner. I mean, you guys know him way better than we do, but we've all watched him with you guys throughout the Stanley Cup playoffs and final the last couple of years. So I think there's excitement that comes with that too, and to see how he kind of fits in moving forward.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I think both guys, from what I was told, welcoming a change of scenery. And Stu Skinner is a great guy, good human being. And I know Jarry is same thing. When he was an Oil King, had a chance to deal with him quite a bit, actually. So that point of it is going to be interesting to how it plays out. Kulak, meanwhile, creates a hole on the Oilers' back end. And I know people are twisting themselves into pretzels, trying to convince themselves that a guy that has 82 games under his belt in Spencer Stastny is Kulak light, so to speak. That's kind of the term that's being thrown out here. But the Pens get a guy in Kulak, Josh. Where does he fit in? Because he's a good veteran player, lots of great experience, was really well liked here, was solid for them, very consistent, a little bit up and down this year. So where does Kulak fit in? And then how does the Skinner situation in goal look? Because I know it's kind of a crowded crease in Pittsburgh.
For sure, yeah. I'll start with Kulak. So he is going to play tonight against the Oilers, which just makes it even more intriguing. You already have the goalies facing each other. Why not throw him in the mix too?
Yeah.
So he's going to skate on the left side opposite Jack St. Ivany, who's going to make his season debut. And if you followed the Penguins this year, on the right side of their defense, they've had Erik Karlsson, they've had Chris Letang, and then it's kind of been Harrison Brunick, the former Kamloops Blazer, has been really good as far as earning a spot in camp as a rookie, but kind of fell off a bit. He's now at Team Canada's World Juniors camp, and we won't see him, till after the new year, because he'll play for Canada in that tournament. That leaves a pretty gaping hole there in the third spot on the right side. Matt Dumba had his cracks, didn't really work out. They waived him after the Jarry and Skinner trade. I don't expect to see him back in a Penguins jersey again. Connor Clifton has had his cracks as well. He's been solid, but not great. He's had some mishaps. So I think that leaves the door open for Jack St. Ivany, a guy who's going to move in and I think will handle himself very well there, alongside Brett Kulak. I'll tell you what, we remember Kulak in Pittsburgh from that bubble team in Montreal that came out of nowhere and beat the Penguins. They had Jeff Petrie, they had Brett Kulak, they had Shea Weber. Their defense just bottled us up. We couldn't do anything. So when I hear his name, that's the first thing that comes to mind. But I'll be honest with you, when I read what I read about his play in Edmonton, and I've seen him obviously in the playoffs the last few years for the Oilers and how good of a pickup he's been overall since coming over from Montreal. The one thing that I was not aware of until watching him today, and I'm not trying to be hyperbolic or extreme because it's one practice, I didn't realize how good of a skater he was. And just watching him in some of these neutral zone regroup drills and the way he's able to transition from backwards to forwards. I mean, I know that sounds stupid because it's a National Hockey League defenseman. He should be able to skate, but he just seems very seamless in how he's able to adapt and move around on the ice. And they could use that. They could use another good skating defenseman because, no disrespect to Ryan Graves, but he doesn't quite log the puck up the ice like I could see Kulak, based on what I watched today, having the ability to do, or just even get himself out of trouble with how he's able to move his feet quickly. So that jumped out to me today. I think he'll settle in there. potentially with Jack St. Ivany for the time being. I could see him even moving up to play with Chris Letang, honestly, as things kind of move forward here in the next couple of weeks. But as far as Stuart Skinner, like the big thing in Pittsburgh at the beginning of this year was the rotation with Jarry and Artur Shilovs. I don't know if that rotation will continue because Shilovs has kind of lost his way a little bit here the last bit. So from the Skinner perspective, like the Penguins go on the road after this game. We have Ottawa on Thursday, Montreal on Saturday. It wouldn't shock me if he plays well tonight that he gets the Ottawa game. Mm-hmm. And if he plays well in that game, that he gets the Montreal game. Like, I think he has an opportunity to cement himself right away as the number one guy starting tonight. Now, obviously, emotional game. There's a lot more than just playing a hockey game for him here tonight. But the other side of it is if he does play well and the Penguins do win this game, I think he's honestly off and running to really seize that net because Shilovs has wobbled here pretty much from the first week in November on. He's only won one of his last 10 starts. So it's been a struggle for him.
Josh Getzoff joining us now, play-by-play man for the Pittsburgh Penguins as we get you set for tonight's action. Lots of storylines, Josh. Lots of storylines. Crosby chasing down Lemieux on the all-time list. You got Leon Draisaitl sitting on 999 career points. McDavid versus Crosby. And then, by the way, this huge trade that happened on Friday between these two teams. How do you look at it from a Pens point of view, especially considering the leads that they've blown and winless in 5? Just sum this up for me poetically like you do.
I'll try my best. I mean, listen, this has been one of the most bizarre weeks in Penguins history, not just from the trade perspective, from what you mentioned before. We all saw, I mean, I called the games, and even in a position where I'm supposed to speak, I had no words to say what I was seeing. I mean, the Anaheim game was absurd to be on the power play with 17 seconds left and give up a goal with 1/10 of a second left to eventually then lose in a shootout. Just, if you made it up, people would think you were crazy. So, like, to see it live was even crazier. The Sharks game was insane. To be up 5-1 in the third period with almost half the period gone and blow it is crazy. The Utah game almost felt like deja vu the next day, except the Mammoths scored 3 goals in like 5.5 minutes to start the third period. So 3-0 became 3-3 after like people were coming back from getting their beer on the concourse in between periods. It was crazy. And then, what's lost in the shuffle is there's 2 others. Like a week ago this past Sunday in Dallas, they're up late. Miro Heiskanen scores to tie the game. They lose that one in a shootout. The game that preceded that was the infamous hand pass that was either a hand pass or not a hand pass on Brandon Hagel that negated what would have been a tying goal from Nikita Kucherov. So, like, this has been over a week now, and I think they're mentally a little bit messed up from it, whether they want to say it out loud or not. So I don't know what the game plan is here tonight. Maybe like go in tied into the third period, go down a goal. Like, I don't know what you do. But in all seriousness, that's something they really have to figure out because they've left so many points on the table. Like, it could be presented here in December that they've gotten points in 6 of their 7 games. Mm-hmm. But they've only won 2 of those 7. Yeah. Like they haven't really been able to seal the deal. And if they had been able to, Tom, like they'd be first in the Metro Division. Like it wouldn't even be close, actually. I know it's a lot to say if, but these games were not so much ifs. They were almost definites based on how they controlled them and where they were at. And if you add those extra points, improbably here going into Christmas, they're potentially atop their conference. So it's really hard to believe, 1, the success they've had, but 2, like the points they've let slip away. So it's this weird like kind of mixture of all that going on. But as far as tonight is concerned, I think you'll have a buzz in the building because of what you mentioned. I mean, McDavid and Leon are always going to bring buzz, like much like when Sid and Gino go into cities. It's the same thing. Like from the visitor perspective, I always get excited to see them because we only see them twice a year. But I think like also when you look at a few of these different what am I trying to say here? I guess like angles tonight, the Draisaitl thing is huge, but the Crosby thing is the overarching theme. Right. And 3 points is a lot to ask. What I will say is this: the dad's trip is coming up after this. I know he wants to break it at home, but his dad will be in tow, Troy, for the following 2 games in Ottawa and Montreal. So all is not lost from like historical fun if it doesn't happen tonight, but there would be something kind of poetic if it happens in Pittsburgh with McDavid on the ice and potentially against his old teammate, Tristan Jarry.
That's right. Oh my God, man. It's going to be a great game. I know you're going to have a fun time calling it. I always appreciate you hopping on, and pass a hello to Stu Skinner and Brett Kulak. Two great guys. I got to know them decently well. And I think people in Pittsburgh will like Kulak for sure. And depending how things go with Stu with a fresh start, which could be really good, you'll like Stu Skinner as well.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. And I know we're out there in just over a month. So look forward to seeing you guys then.
Hey, beers on me.
Yeah. Hey, let's do it.
All right. All right, that was Josh Getzoff, TV play-by-play voice of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Big thank you to him for hopping on and chatting with us a little bit earlier before I made my way down here to Boston Pizza Clareview. Lots of people showing up. We got some big tables filling up. This is great. Savage and Big Euchre here. Oh, an icy cold one in hand. Is that a tankard? What'd you get, Molson or Coors? You got Coors. Where's yours, Savage? En route. All right. The boys are ready to go. I think Garen from the Combine Crew's on his way. So come on down, join us. Take advantage of some game day specials. They do have prizing here at BP Clareview, just like at BP Westgate. There should be some tickets up for grabs tonight to an upcoming Oilers game. It's always a great time. And then this massive 170-inch screen is so crystal clear. So nice. Come on down and join us. We'll be here for the post-game show as well. All right, let's get to starting lineups. We will hear from Stu Skinner as well before we wrap up the pregame show and hand things back over to Reed Wilkins and Jay Mill to conclude their show. For tonight, the Oilers expected to roll out McDavid between Nugent-Hopkins and Hyman, Draisaitl centering Podkolzin and Savoy, Henrique between Frederick and Janmark, Lazar with Mangiapane, and Quinn Hutson, who makes his debut this season for the Oilers, playing great hockey down in Bakersfield. On defense, Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Regula, Stasny with Emberson, no Tomashek, no Max Jones. As for Pittsburgh, here's what we're anticipating from them tonight. Crosby between Raquel and Rust. Ben Kindle between Rutger McGroarty and Justin Brazeau. Thomas Novak with Kevin Hayes and Anthony Mantha. Danton Heinen with Connor Dewar and Noel Achari. On defense for the Pens, Parker Witherspoon with Eric Carlson, Ryan Shea with Chris Letang, and then Brett Kulak making his Penguins debut with Jack St. Ivany. No Connor Clifton, no Ville Koivunen, and no Ryan Graves expected for the Pens. Your starting goalies tonight for the Oilers. Weird to say it, 30-year-old Tristan Jarry, 10-3-1 on the season, 269 goals against average, 908 save percentage, one shutout in 15 games this season. He will face Pittsburgh for the first time in his career. And then at the other end of the rink, 27-year-old Stuart Skinner starting for the Penguins, 11-8-4, 283 goals against average, 891 save percentage, two shutouts in 23 games this year. Stu Skinner will face Edmonton for the first time in his career. He will also have old pads that have had the orange strips replaced with Penguins gold on them. So if you're wondering, will Stu have new pads? The equipment managers can switch out colors on the pads very quickly, and that's what Stu will have there, just a little strip of gold on his white pads. Okay, let's go to the Advantage Sport Medicine and Physiotherapy injury report. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists. You've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach trusted by the best in the game at Advantage Sport Medicine. Book your assessment today, www.advantagesportmed.ca, or call 780-460-9977. For the Oilers, Jack Roslovic, IR, undisclosed. Jake Wallman, IR, LTIR, undisclosed. Noah Philp, LTIR, upper body. Kasperi Kapanen, LTIR, knee. Connor Clattenburg, IR, upper body. As for Pittsburgh, Evgeny Malkin, IR, upper body. Blake Lizotte, IR, upper body. Caleb Jones, IR, lower body. And Philip Hallander, IR, leg. All right, Koob, let's hear from Stu Skinner, who will face Edmonton for the first time in his career.
Yeah, it's been good. First of all, just like with the travel and everything, the team here and the organization has done nothing but just give us the easiest time with our travels. With the place that we're set up in and how they've been treating our family, it's been, to be honest, very, very impressive. And we're very fortunate and very grateful that just to be in Pittsburgh, but also just how they've been treating us to start. It's been we're very grateful as a family.
How unique are the emotions, your first game against your old mates?
Yeah, it's funny. We're ripping off the Band-Aid right away, which is good. I think, thinking about it, I think I'd rather it be like this and just kind of get it over with. but also to enjoy it too. You know, I get to play my old teammates, and me and Brett get to do it together, and I think that's nothing but exciting.
What's it like coming to a team, Edmonton? You know, the expectations there, the immediate win the cup right now. The expectations here are maybe not as immediate. What's it like from that standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know quite yet. Because even just being here, I know like this team, we want to win, and we want to have fun doing it, and really enjoy each other. I can sense that right off the bat. So I don't think it's that much different as what I can tell right now. Both teams are very much wanting to lift that cup at the end of the year. So I'm really excited to be a part of this group.
What do you make of players like Leon and Connor over there? To play with guys like Sid and Gino. Just what do you think that's going to be like for you?
It's pretty cool. I'm very fortunate that I'm able to play with such amazing players, players that are going to be remembered in the game forever. So it's pretty cool for me. It's a unique standpoint for me that I just get to watch them do their thing and really get to learn from everybody. I learn lots from obviously being around those guys in Edmonton, and I get to do the same with everybody in this room. There's some, like, everyone in here is a heck of a hockey player, so I'm really excited to be a part of it.
What do you make of how your season's gone so far?
Yeah, I think it's been good. I think obviously ups and downs, life of a goalie, but I think for most part I've been finding my game and finding that consistency, and I just got to keep on doing that. And it's been a few days since my last game, so just getting into that process right away is going to be important for me.
How do you view this opportunity? Is it a reset? Is it a continuation of what you've been doing this season?
As of right now, it's a continuation, just with a different group and New Jersey on, and which is extremely exciting. And I think that's the part that kind of gives you that reset. Even just being around all smiles in here, and you guys are having fun, and it's really. It's just been awesome. So, definitely, I think both parts of that is true.
How did you find out about the trade? And was it something maybe you were expecting? Did it catch you by surprise?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. In Edmonton, I don't know if you guys know, but there's been rumors probably going on for the last 5 years. So it's not that I really caught it by surprise, but just woke up one morning and got a call. Woke up to a call by Stan, and he was just telling me that there's a trade going on, and be ready for a call from Pittsburgh. And then I got on the phone with Kyle, and it was an awesome conversation. And I got the whole laydown on what's going on, getting the visas, travel, and all that stuff. So it was really smooth.
Don't you love having a guy like that?
All right, that was Stu Skinner, who will face his old team for the first time ever, and he'll do it while making his Penguins debut. Same with Brett, Kulak. Wishing those guys nothing but success. Great pros, good human beings, and truly those guys, you could tell, were proud to be Edmonton Oilers and now are Pittsburgh Penguins, and I wish them seriously nothing but success. All right, that's going to do it for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Big Uke and Savage are here. Come on down, join us. People walking in. Take advantage of the game day specials at Boston Pizza Clareview. You've got $5 off medium pizzas, $1 off tankards, Molson and Coors. And then you got this monster screen, 170 inches of golden HD TV. Man, oh man, it's so nice. And of course, game day giveaways. Usually we give away some tickets to an Oilers game. So come on down, Boston Pizza. Drive safely, everybody. I'm going to hand it back off to Reed Wilkins and Jay Milne for the conclusion of the Reed Wilkins Show. A big thank you to Josh Getzoff, play-by-play man for the Pittsburgh Penguins, for joining us on the show. Big thank you to Ice Cube for filling in for Benny. Just a total pro right there. All right, we'll be back after the game for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream post-game show. Oilers and Penguins coming up next, as well as the conclusion to the Reed Wilkins Show. Keep it locked on EST. Ciao for now.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Two guys and a goalie.
It makes the Edmonton Oilers blank. What does it make the Edmonton Oilers?
Worse on defense, potentially better in net.
Gage, you agree?
I would say different. It's tough to replace Kulak, but we still don't know yet.
Can you say wholeheartedly the Edmonton Oilers got better on defense?
Two Guys and a Goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson here, and we're excited to be partnering up with the Nielsen Show and have a special deal exclusive for Nielsen Show listeners. Get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price. Get your home comfort now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit wjsportstalk.com today.
From the first time on skates to wearing a special jersey passed down through generations, Sentinel Storage is here for you. Store your sports gear to create space for all life's adventures. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Mind360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
Must you click? Click. Must you click?
What is happening? Welcome back to the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. We've got an empty chair here. Reed had to bounce, but don't worry. Koob and I are going to take you home. We've got the Oilers game on here, so we will keep you apprised. I know Reed has said this before, but newsflash, this is Edmonton Sports Talk, so there will be spoiler alerts. And I don't know, Koob. I think we might have a fast and frantic pace to this game, at least, you know, if you're riding with Jay's Play of the Day. And you can head on over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials, and you can find Jay's Play of the Day over 6.5 goals that has been boosted to plus 100. So even money, you put 10 on, you win 10. So yeah, we'll keep you apprised. We've got some buying or selling topics coming up here, but a reminder that we are joining you from the Canadian Brewhouse studio, where you can kick off the new year with the Canadian Brewhouse Wing Flavor of the Month. Best of Cranberry versus Korean Bulgogi in this month's Flavor Showdown. Try them anytime or for just 67 cents for a limited time every Wing Wednesday, only at the Canadian Brewhouse. Koob, Best of Cranberry or Korean Bulgogi. This one is not even debatable for me, but what say you, young man? I would like to try both, but the Bulgogi definitely stands out. That would be my first choice.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't be opposed to trying the
cranberry might be a bit tart.
Yeah. I'm a big cranberry guy, though. I like the juice. I like having it with my
cranberry
and
juice,
everything.
yeah. Cranberry has its place. Don't get me wrong. I'm just, I would definitely try the Bulgogi. But hey, it's the brew house. Their wings are good. So they wouldn't, it's like I say to my kids when I'm trying to get them to eat something that I know they'll like, but it's new. So they don't want to. I was like, listen, look, would mom and dad give you something that tastes awful? No.
No,
we wouldn't.
Yeah, but come on.
So would the brew house give you something that? No.
Mm-mm.
Maybe I should try the cranberry. That's Wednesday. Yeah. That's tomorrow. Maybe
double it up.
Tomorrow.
Get both.
Coob, I like the way your head's at. Yeah. A reminder that Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta, which is your home for online gaming excitement, featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery, instants, and sports betting. Now, with the new Play Alberta app, you can take the fun with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up today at playalberta.ca. The national anthems are being sung. I must say it was interesting looking at Stuart Skinner and Brett Kulak in the Penguins locker room. You just have to think that this is weird for them. We had Luke Gazzoff on earlier, and he was saying, and oftentimes I know fans and even us media sometimes can maybe not forget, but lose sight that these are human beings. Stuart Skinner's life has been uprooted. Him and his family will be, who knows how that works. Now, I understand. I think it was a positive move for Stuart Skinner. Mm-hmm. I think this was just too much here in Edmonton, and having that, big heavy weight hanging over your head of going to 2 Stanley Cup finals, not winning. I don't think he ever would have gotten away from that. So this is a chance to start clean slate for Tristan Jarry, who might have a little bit of pep in his step, a little bit of something to prove, because again, with professional athletes, they all have ego. They do. That's why they're there. So Tristan Jarry heard how this trade looked to the greater public, which was, the Oilers got fleeced. This is a lateral change. Do you not think that young man wants to come in here and prove the doubters wrong? To say to the media, the hockey media, you got this wrong. I am the guy. I am capable of being the number one guy.
Well, and both guys are, I think, thinking in that same mindset where, for Stuart Skinner, now he's gone. And the fact, as you mentioned, he made it back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. His numbers haven't been much to write home about on Stuart Skinner's end, but for Tristan Jarry, he's off to a great start to the season before being traded, and he has 1 game under his belt with the Oilers, but 9-3-1 before coming from Pittsburgh, and he's had moments where he struggled. He went on waivers and stuff like that, and he knows what he's capable of as well. Both of these goaltenders do in each of the trades, and it's such an odd position to see a goaltender swapped for one another, and it's just how the cards dealt themselves, how this matchup is happening just that fast.
Yeah.
It was yesterday that Brett Kulak and Stuart Skinner were added to the Penguins' active roster, got 1 practice under their belt, and now they're playing their former team that they just got swapped from.
It's all business, baby. That's how it goes.
In their belly for sure. Yeah. And Jarry's excited to be with the Oilers. I'm sure Skinner is with the Penguins as well. You get to play alongside Sidney Crosby, who's 2 points away from tying Mario Lemieux with the most points as a Penguin. On either side, I mean, you're both.
There's plenty of storylines here. Yeah. Obviously, I mean, this is and with that, this is a good segue into buying or selling for Damon Bunting Real Estate. Damon Bunting has been a consistent top producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community driven, he understands what it takes to make the difference in our city. Check him out on DamonBunting.com or the Instagram handle of Damon Bunting Real Estate. As the puck has dropped, we are live in Pittsburgh from the PPG Paints Arena. One more thing I want to throw in here while we are on buying or selling presented by Damon Bunting Real Estate. Damon Bunting, I've known Damon Bunting my whole life. Literally. Damon Bunting every year does the 7 days of Christmas on his Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. Give him a follow. He's going to start dropping these. And I mean, these prizes that he gives away are not like these are substantial prizes that he gives away. So if you want to have a night out on the keg, if you want to go to an Oilers game, follow Damon Bunting Real Estate. His 7 days of Christmas is starting, I believe, tomorrow. So you're going to want to do that. Okay, Koob, let's get into it as this Oilers game is underway. The Oilers are in their whites and obviously Pittsburgh in the black. I like how Pittsburgh's rolling with the matte black helmet. I do like it in certain instances. Theirs is certainly one of them.
And if you guys want to join and chime in, let me know what you think. You can send that into the afternoon inbox, which is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. This is a simple one. This is buying or selling. Is tonight the biggest overreaction game in Edmonton Sports Talk's history? In the history of Edmonton Sports Talk, is this the game that's going to draw the most overreaction? Okay, so let me paint you a picture. The Oilers win 6-2. Tristan Jarry has, 27 saves. Solid in net. Stu Skinner gets shelled. Leon gets his goal or gets his point, becomes the first German-born player to get to 1,000 points in the NHL. Is this, I told you. I knew Stu Skinner wasn't the guy. Jarry's our guy. Okay? You could see that. Leon, the big boys were going. Flip the script. Pittsburgh wins 3-1. Or Pittsburgh wins 3-0.
Yep.
Then the Boo Birds are going to appear. And we should have never, it's such an interesting conversation because you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. The one thing that Oilers fans asked for the past few years is a change in goal, is to find the goalie that can help this team, that can get this team that big save when they need it. Now, is Tristan Jarry? Nobody knows the answer to that. But tonight, you might have some conversation after the game.
It's so fresh in everybody's mind that the trade happened on Friday. Such a quick turnaround. And this could be that game where even when Stuart Skinner was a part of the Oilers, it would be, man, what a great game he played. It would be snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap every single time that a Oilers goaltender had a bad game, let in a dud, or played a good contest. And I wonder now, when you're looking at the play of not just Tristan Jarry, but on the other side for Stuart Skinner, sometimes you would be harsher. Fans would look at a goal against as bad. But, if that same goal was scored by the Oilers, there's nothing that poor goaltender could do. That was Zach Hyman breaking down that side. You know what I mean? Yep. If the opportunity is flipped, how many times, what are you going to look at it? The rose-tinted glasses for chances against your team's netminder. And now that Stuart Skinner, he's still going to have hyperfixation on him. Don't you worry.
Hyperfixation? Coob. That word's much too big for 5:42 on a Tuesday, late afternoon, early evening. That's a big word. Hyperfixation.
It is a big one. Yeah.
I think the storylines will be there. We'll see what comes of it. To add to that, who would have thought any time as an Oilers fan in the recent regime that Leon Draisaitl could potentially get this achievement of scoring, getting his 1,000th point with the Edmonton Oilers against Stuart Skinner. It's just, like I said earlier, sometimes the script just writes itself. That's the beauty of sport. That is why you watch sports. That's why sports are what they are. They're the greatest reality television ever created. Poop Stains in the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox says he's not listening right now. Maybe he is now. But Skinner and Jarry should meet at center ice and swap masks.
I was thinking that
would be a power move.
Skinner wasn't able to get his mask set, and neither has Jarry. He played with the Pittsburgh Penguins mask that first.
But he still is wearing it tonight. Jarry still has the Pittsburgh Penguins mask.
Does he have the black stick as well?
I can't see right now. I will keep you updated. But goaltenders are interesting people to say the least. Rest assured that their helmet does not get shared. I can assure you of that.
Yeah.
Okay, there is almost 5 minutes gone in the first period. The Penguins have 3 shots to the Oilers, none. I wouldn't say that is the way the game has went. It seems like a fairly even game at this point. But we are going to get out. We're going to be back with Words of the Day presented by Edmonton Public Libraries. And Coob, Coob's on the, we'll do one more buying selling after the break. Coob's got a good one here. I don't know what it is, but he's assured me it's the best buying or selling we've ever had on Edmonton Sports Talk, particularly the Reed Wilkins Show. But we will be right back after the break to take you home. Coob, you're up.
The Oilers and the Penguins are underway in the first period, just about 6 minutes into the contest. Empty net for the Penguins, 6-on-5 delayed penalty against the Oilers. Shots in favor of Pittsburgh, 3-1, with Stuart Skinner in between the pipes making his first start for the Penguins. Tristan Jarry, the opposing goaltender for Stuart Skinner, rocking the orange and blue. Tons of other action around the NHL. The Canadiens and Flyers underway near the end of the first period. It's 1-1. While in Toronto, the Maple Leafs are trailing the Blackhawks 1-0. Toronto going on the power play, about 5 minutes left in the opening frame. Down the road in Lethbridge, the Oil Kings and Hurricanes go at it for WHL action. Puck drop for that one at 7 o'clock. Into the association, the NBA Cup final goes down between the Knicks and Spurs. San Antonio rolling on a 3-game heater. New York winning their past 5 games. Tip-off for that one at 6:30. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The Reed Wilkins Show rolls on after the break. I'm Zach Kubusch, keeping you up to date.
Hockey is heating up, and so is the excitement on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code EST50. That's code EST50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense.
December's festive featured wing flavors are here at the Canadian Brewhouse. It's festive cranberry versus Korean bulgogi in the ultimate flavor showdown. Try them anytime or just 67 cents every Wing Wednesday for a limited time. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
New Year's Eve, join River Cree Resort and Casino for a spectacular show like no other. Get ready for Material Girls, an amazing tribute to Lady Gaga, Adele, Shania Twain, Madonna, Blondie, Pink, and Cher, capturing all the elegance and essence of these mega stars in one unforgettable concert experience. Material Girls, December 31st in the venue. Hurry, get your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Happy holidays from Sentinel Storage, a proud supporter of food banks across Canada. Sentinel Storage, affordable storage solutions at a store near you. Buy Canadian, store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca.
Yeah. It's the glue guy, holding it down. You know the vibe. Friday night lights to early morning strides. Used to lace up the cleats, crowd screaming my name.
Welcome back to the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Reed had to jet, so you were with me and Coob. We've got word of the day coming up. It was nice to see Tristan Jarry. The Penguins are on a power play. Matthias Ekholm took a tripping penalty at 13:40. So during the break, Tristan Jarry was, the video tribute came out. Obviously something that you would like to see. And I imagine in January when the Penguins are here, that's going to be quite a night for Stuart Skinner as he'll get his flowers from the Edmonton Oilers faithful. Okay, a minute and a half left in the power play. Now, this is an interesting topic. We didn't touch on it too much earlier in the show, but special teams for both of these teams are exceptional. The Oilers are third in the NHL with their power play clicking at 30.6%. You know who's two better than them? Who's first in the NHL? Well, it's Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins, who are operating at 32.1%. But we will keep you posted as this game keeps going. One more buying or selling for Damon Bunting Real Estate. Coob, what you got?
Well, it's simple. We had the EFC Christmas draft this morning. Still voting going up on our socials on Instagram and X as well. You can find that. Just search up Edmonton Sports Talk on either of those platforms, and you can see which of the 4 teams you like the best and make a vote. Please go out and vote.
Please vote. But it's your right.
For Christmas, now there's a lot of movies, and some of them stink, but some of them are really good. Buying or selling, Elf is the greatest Christmas movie.
Ooh. Well... Ooh, Coob. I have a hard time putting the best ever attached to anything Christmas because I just love Christmas. Like Christmas, that's my jam. That is my time to shine. The Milne household is full of Christmas cheer. I would say it's one of the top.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know if I'm willing to declare it. You know what, Coob? Oh, and there you go. 1-0 for the Penguins. Just a beautiful shot over the left shoulder of Tristan Jarry. 12 minutes left.
Justin Brazeau.
With the goal. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh out shooting Edmonton 5-0 in the first. So that goal comes with 12 minutes left in the first period. Hey, I mean, that power play's clicking. What do you expect? You cannot take penalties against Pittsburgh Penguins, but hey, there's lots of game left for sure. The Oilers, looks like they are challenging if this was offside. Oh, that is offside. This goal will be coming back, folks. Coob, I'm not really like, for instance, last year that was the first year we discovered as a family the Christmas Chronicles.
Oh,
and that
amazing.
That blew my socks off. Like that is an incredible, incredible series.
Yeah.
So maybe there's so much more for me to discover yet that I haven't that I haven't seen.
Well, a lot of people go back to the same. Now,
I've never seen A Miracle on 34th Street, or some of those older classics that would be up there. Christmas Vacation obviously has a special place in my heart.
Yes.
Elf, yes, obviously Elf does, but I'm not sure you can just put that in a.
Now, let's say it like this. Elf is a top 3 Christmas movie of all time.
For me,
even then?
For me, yes. Like we've started going through the Christmas carousel of movies in our house.
Yes.
Elf, we just watched recently. Home Alone's going to come out soon. I love Home Alone. That is a personal one for me. Just that's my vintage. That's my upbringing. The Christmas Chronicles and the Santa Claus. It's a deep category. Christmases. Now,
really
on the topic of draft, because we got to get to word of the day here and then we got to get out. On the topic of drafts, Christmas drafts, or drafts in general, I presented this to Maddie earlier, and you guys can chime in. Oh, one more thing before we get back to the drafts. If you want to be in the card break that's happening on this show tomorrow at 4:20, our good friend Pat Ketty is going to come in studio. We are going to break a box of cards. I've gotten a bunch of you already in. There's a list that I'm compiling right here.
Brand new cards. I'm kidding.
You will be in the draw. So email jay@edmontonsportstalk.com if you would like to be in the draw. Coob, if you want to be in the draw, I'll let you in the draw.
And that's JAY, not
JAY at edmontonsportstalk.com. And I'll get you signed up for the draw. That will be tomorrow right here at 4:20. A blind draft. A draft where the draftees come in and the commissioner presents the topic right in front of them.
I'm buying that because it really puts
no computers. I mean, you can have your computer, sure.
Right, have your phone or whatever.
There's not as much prep. Limit the rounds, maybe only 10 rounds. Fast food. Like stuff that you could rattle off.
Something that's not too niche, like finding a Christmas Vacation quote.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It needs to be something that's quite an open or, sports. I don't know. There's different ways you could do it. But I just thought that would be fun. That would really test your.
That's a draft I would want to be in because you can prep for so long and then you have discussions and then you get the nasties involved to get their idea on it. By the end of it, by the time you're drafting, it's not even your own draft board.
Correct.
To be honest with you.
True.
You get so much help, so you just have to face the fire and go with it.
It'd be fun for the nasties too, because they would have a bigger role. Now the Oilers have drawn a penalty, 10 and a half minutes left. They are going on the power play. Heinen, I don't know what it was, but looks like it was a trip on Draisaitl. So the Oilers are heading to the power play halfway through the first period. It is time for the word. I guess it's word today because we already did one.
The word.
The word of the day brought to you by Edmonton Public Library, where they have the Intellectual Freedom Campaign. EPL won't tell you what to read, just where to find it. Intellectual freedom is your right to read, watch, listen, and explore ideas without barriers. Learn more at intellectualfreedom.ca.
The word of the day with Reed and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Your word of the day is disquietude.
What?
Disquietude. Disquietude. Yeah.
Disquietude.
Disquietude. And I'll mimic what you say. Go with your first instinct, or go with your heart.
Well, is the word quiet in it?
Well, that's half the word.
Okay.
I'm giving it away if I. Okay. It would be half the word. Yes.
DISSQUIETUDE.
Oh, so close.
Oh,
you went double S. It's DISQUIETUDE.
Well, so it's only one letter off.
Only one.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Close, very close.
The Oilers have hit a post on this power play, I believe. It was up to the top. Draisaitl, over the left shoulder of Skinner, but the post kept it out. They are still on the power play. Did they get another? Are they going on a 5-on-3 coup?
Oh,
two-man
maybe.
advantage for 52 seconds. Disquietude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like the guy in the library. You go up to him and say, "Disquiet dude."
Yeah,
what's he doing
quiet.
over here?
Disquiet dude knows something.
Coob, I have no idea what disquietude means.
You want it in a sentence?
Give me a sentence.
Okay. The eerie silence in the old house filled her with disquietude. It's an interesting one.
Is it a fear of silence? Or
yeah.
What is it?
Almost a fear. You know what? I'm going to give you 0.25 on that because fear was directionally correct.
Okay.
It's a state of uneasiness or anxiety. And I feel a lot of fans of hockey watching the Oilers tonight are feeling a bit of disquietude.
Okay. Coob, you're the best. Thank you for taking me home. That's it. That's going to wrap up today's day of live broadcasting here at Edmonton Sports Talk. But they took another penalty. They just dumped the puck out. Guess who it was? Kulak. Oh boy, this is exciting, Coob. I've never been a part of a live program where there's three guys in the penalty box
and they're taking that many penalties.
Okay, here you go, folks. Buckle up. This is going to be a fun finish to tonight. A reminder that Edmonton Sports Talk kicks off tomorrow morning with the Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric right here at 6 a.m. And a reminder, they are simulcast on 95.7 Cruise FM. A full day of broadcasting here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. EST to the moon. We'll see you tomorrow.